Hello, hello. It's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to the Great Big Card Swap. I'm so happy that you are joining me. It is Tuesday, August 27th. It's the fourth Tuesday of the month, and that means a video showcase. I love these videos. They're some of my favorite because I get to share cards that you guys have made. If you've not participated in the Great Big Card Swap, or if this is your first video showcase, welcome. I'm so glad that you are joining us today. The Great Big Card Swap is something we've been doing for 3 years now, and the concept is really simple. You send in one card, I share them all, so you get to see all the cards that were sent in, and then I mix them up and I send them back. So everyone who sends a card gets one back in the mail. There's a new theme each month, and there's really no other requirements. We ask that you leave the cards blank, so whoever gets the card can send it on to somebody else and continue the chain of happy mail. Please include $1 to cover return postage in an envelope, and if you don't have cash, you can just put a stamp or two in there instead. And you can use any paper crafting products, so whether it's Stampin' Up or not Stampin' Up, retired, not, doesn't matter, whatever you got at home, make a card, send it in. Our theme in August is monochromatic, but this is the last showcase, so if you haven't sent in a card already, please don't send one for August. Our next theme is September, and the theme is masculine, so cards for guys. And then October, drum roll, our theme is going to be think outside the box. I'm excited to see how you think outside of the box with the theme, think outside the box. Maybe that will mean an actual box and you have something outside of the box. Maybe that will mean your card is in the shape of a box. Maybe that means you are using stamps in a different way, maybe a way they weren't intended, like making a penguin out of a horseshoe, or I don't know. I can't wait to see what you create. It's going to be definitely a fun theme for our swap. Well, you can send your cards to Julie Davison, P.O. Box 6164, Champaign, Illinois 61826. I love the way you guys challenge yourselves every month, and I have some amazing cards to share with you tonight. There are 45 monochromatic cards. If you missed our first showcase, be sure to check that out. We had over 60 cards that we shared. And I just love, it makes me so happy, the little rainbow of colors. So the theme was monochromatic, and you guys nailed it. You've got some gorgeous, beautiful cards. And so if you're watching live, please make sure, if you're watching the replay too, make sure to leave lots of comments, lots of chat to encourage our card makers. Let them know what you love about their card. It always is, I think, sometimes so hard for some of you to send in and share a little bit of your heart with us. So thank you to everyone who did send in those cards, because these videos would not be possible without all of you. We've got a few first-time swappers tonight, so excited to share their cards. So let's just jump in and get started. Like I said, our theme this month is monochromatic, and so I'm going to start off with this very vanilla card. This one was sent in by Reg Mosher. And oh my gosh, Claire was helping me open up the cards, and she was just like, what is this? And then, what? I love the way this pops up into a hexagon, folds flat for mailing, and it just comes to life with the Seaside Bay. Now this one, he said, he was inspired by Tamara Moore and used the Seaside Bay stamp set to create this monochromatic Seaside card. Wow, that is so amazing. I just love the dimension, and I love that it folds flat, because that is always the tricky thing about thinking outside the box, is getting it to fit inside the envelope. What a fantastic card, Reg. Thank you so much for swapping with us and sharing your artwork. Well, our next couple cards are still in the neutral zone here. This one comes from Alberta Futch, and she used some gray granite to create this simple card. I love the embossed background with a natural prints designer paper and that simple 4-square layout. Congrats. Just so simple and understated and beautiful. I love it. a little bit of room on the inside to write a congratulatory card. I think this would be a good masculine card too. Masculine is sometimes hard for us, I think, because there are so many beautiful flowers. You can use flowers on a card for a guy too, but I think it is a little bit more challenging with theme, so I can't wait to share the cards you guys send in next time. Our next card comes from Tara Wolf, and she used the Nature's Sweetness designer paper with some different die cuts and butterflies, including the brush bass butterflies. Today is all about you. Happy birthday. Oh, I love the collage stamping on the inside. We got a little bit of the sketched butterflies in there and the die cut as well. That's a new bundle in the annual catalog. Our next card comes from Patricia Williams, and she always just has the most amazing fun folds. We've got Hello Friend on the front and then some different flaps here on the inside. I thought that was so clever. Your friendship means everything. Find joy in the ordinary. Everything is better when we are together. I love that, Patricia. Thank you so much for sharing this awesome card. Oh, I have Curly Girls and Grove family. No, I guess that would be Williams family. Cards to share tonight. I'm so excited you guys are all joining live on the chat. Our next card comes from Wendy Langseth. And she used some Blushing Bride to create this card with the retired, what is the name of this one? Call Me Camellia. Oh, I remember that one. Camilla. Camellia? I'm second guessing myself. You're in my thoughts today. This was a celebration stamp set, and I love this simple stamping technique with the one color and then tearing the edge, a little designer paper, peeking out underneath. It's really very beautiful, Wendy. I feel inspired. We've got some great stamps that I think I could do a similar technique with. Our next card comes from Myrtle Thorne, and she used the Wonderful World stamp set to create this one. Oh, I love this kind of fold. So this is the card front cut in half and then turned and attached the card the other way. So kind of a simple fun fold there with a flap to cover up the message underneath. So beautiful. Pretty in pink here for the color. We're working at the top of the rainbow, working through our pinks into some orange and yellow. Our next card comes from Mesa Sama, and she used the retired Rococo Rose with a little bit of bubble bath. What a great pairing. I love that. Mesa, feel better soon. And thank you so much for sending an extra card for me. I like how you've got two different designer papers here. That diagonal is such a great design element to bring into the card. Absolutely gorgeous. How about this card from Jennifer Olson? Bringing in a couple colors here. It looks like a little bit of watermelon and some fun bright green. Look on the bright side. And then, do we have stamping on the inside? Nope. Lots of room to write a beautiful message. What a great card. Thank you, Jennifer, for sending in this one. I love that watercolor look on the leaves and the flowers. It really inspires me. I love to get messy sometimes, but it's messy. Our next card's from Sherry Werner, and I loved this natural paper here, torn in the edges and using lots of old stuff from our days past, the Stampin' Up! Striped ribbon and those little felt flowers with the brads. Oh my gosh, this was a trip down memory lane. I love that scallop rectangle from the scallop contour dies and the scallop border punch. I remember that one. Oh my gosh. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 22 years, and I feel like I have seen so many things. I love it when you guys are using old stuff because it just makes me remember when all that stuff was current and all the things that were happening in my life. Our next card comes from Barbara McCushin, and she used the Layered Florals 3D embossing folder. I love this one. I just use this one on a shoebox swap, and it pairs so well with the new Regal Winter. Here we've got peach pie and some frayed white ribbon. That's an online exclusive. You can find it there. And a little fussy cut flower from the embossing folder to embellish over the ribbon. Nicely done, Barbara. What a beautiful card. Same color here and same paper pack, different patterns. This one is from Connie Campfield using the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. Just stamp those flowers and the thanks. Love that. Little stamping on the inside too. And we talked about this last time. Sometimes you can get some images like this when you have your dollar or other dark cardstock on the inside. Sometimes the postage machines will rub that against the white cardstock, and you can have that problem. So if that bothers you, put a little a little piece of tissue paper, a little piece of copy paper in there to protect your inside white pieces. As someone who receives all of your swap cards, I see that very frequently, especially with the darker colored cardstock. Our next card comes from Jenny Oliver. This looks like pineapple punch. It is so bright, and some lemon lolly as well. I love that little border on the inside. I think that comes from a tulip stamp set, if I remember right. The scallop, the deckled rectangles, not scallop, deckled rectangles, and that cute little bee. I think that's still a current stamp set in punch. So stinking cute. It had some coordinating paper in the January catalog for Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh, I love it. But I think it has so many uses beyond Valentine's Day, and so I'm happy to see this Be Happy card. This one made Claire squeal because she loved the yellow. She just thought it was so happy and bright and fun. I love it too. Our next card uses a little bit of yellow as well. This one's from Mario Garcia, and he's got a double flap card. I love that. Little black and white with a pop of yellow. Mario said that he is always looking at secondhand stores for used stamps and found this one, the custom t-shirt stamp set. That's an old one too. It's so fun to see that in use, and I love the way you customize this card. Such a great one. And stamping on the designer paper to pick up the pattern on the shirt is just such a fun way to incorporate the pattern in your stamped image to avoid coloring, which you guys know I always try to avoid. Awesome card, Mario. Thank you so much for sharing that one with us this time. Our next set of cards are getting into the greens. We've got some beautiful green colors here. This one from Sue Hebert, and she used several different shades of green with this textured cardstock and this beautiful die cut, which comes from Tim Holtz, the Wildflower dies, and the Hobby Lobby leaf vellum print. Oh, behind the white die cut. Really beautiful colors. I love that sort of sage, that soft sea foam, and some die cuts on the front too. Thank you, Sue, for that. Here's one with our soft sea foam and some evening evergreen. This one from Deb Rupp. And this technique is called the faux shutter card, right? So Mom, I think, did this one in one of our Sunday stamping videos. So kind of a fun little stamping technique, and then adding those strips to kind of frame it out. This one uses the Golden Greenery, Rustic Crete, Softly Sophisticated, and Wild Ferns stamp set to get all those different foliages and all those different shades of green. I recognize them now that I say them all out loud. You really reached into your stamp collection to create that card. But so beautiful. And I love the little gold embossing and gold ribbon on the center there. Beautiful card, Deb. Our next one in greens. This is from Cheryl Hall, using some green glitter paper with a little punched out dragonflies. I love the little green gems too. This one just reminds me, it just screams St. Patrick's Day. Even though that's not a 4-leaf clover, it's a 5-petal flower. It gives me clover vibes. I love this. This looks like a little wild wasabi. Did I get that right? That's an older Stampin' Up color. We've had some fun colors over the years, and I always get rid of my retired colors when they go away, but I know some of you have got loads and loads of retired colors. And so leave me a comment, let me know, if you had to just guess, how many different ink pads would you say that you own? Now, I could probably tell you pretty close, right? Because there are 10 ink pads in each color family. So I've got 40 there plus the in colors. So I've got 50, roughly 50 ink pads plus black, 51, 52. But I'm sure that you guys far outnumber me. Debbie Lindauer says 100. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine storing all of those. Our next card comes from Jane Ply, and she used the New Country Birdhouse to die cut the birdhouse. I love, here's that deckled rectangle again, and the happy birthday there across the front. So fun. Let's see, I did get it right. Birdhouse dies, and then parakeet party. That's such a fun bright color. That one just retired. Paired here with some old olive. I love that. I love those birdhouses. I gotta do some more with that. Jane, thank you for that. Oh, I thought I saw 300. That's a 30. Not counting Moms from Sharon. Bonnie says 120 ink pads. Oh my gosh. Debbie's been stamping for 25 plus years. So I'm guessing then you've kept every ink pad. Oh, that's a lot. Janice is 30. Even 30, I feel like, is a lot. 30, 50, that's still a lot of ink pads, a lot of colors to choose from. But I'm glad that we have so many beautiful colors that we can choose from. No matter how many ink pads you have at home, there's always the right color. Our next one comes from Debbie Bustle. This looks like some, what is this color? Green. I was just on the tip of my tongue. Is it like Emerald Envy, I want to say, paired with, oh gosh, this is tricky. She says various greens from what she had on hand. That almost looks like Gable green. It's so hard sometimes when they're paired together, and some of them are kind of similar. I love that. So cute. And this little pea, oh, I love this sweet pea stamp set. It has some really fantastic puns like happy birthday. I need to get this one out again. It is just so stinking cute. And those little peas in the pod always remind me of my kids. Well, moving on from green into blues, you know, last time we had more pink cards than anything. This time, it was blue, I think, that took the top spot for our colors. The first one comes from Pat Stewart. Some extra goodies in there for her swap buddy. This looks like the Full of Life designer paper with all those shades of blue and purple, and a piece from one of the ephemera packs. You guys like those ephemera packs? I'm really excited about the new Christmas ones. In fact, I've included a Christmas ephemera pack with the greetings in my mini catalog product share. I forgot to print out the sheet with the URL. I'll add the information about my product share in the video description when we're all done. So if you're interested in joining that, it is such a great way to just get a little bit of everything when new catalogs come out. So we've got our new catalog starting in another week, actually a week tomorrow. And so that mini catalog product share now is now open for you to reserve your spot. Pat, thank you for this beautiful card. I love the layout and, of course, the sentiment. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Our next card comes from Belinda Bosch, and this looks like that same calming camellia. Oh, why am I saying it wrong? Calming camellia, right? We saw this on an earlier card. This looks like, oh gosh. I want to say that looks like sage, not sage shadow, like a mossy, no. Oh, what color is that? Belinda, if you're watching, I feel like it's so familiar. It's not Lost Lagoon, because this is Lost Lagoon. This is, I think, an older one. Well, it's beautiful, whatever color it is. And I love that little Z fold. You're in my thoughts today. What a beautiful card. Love the stamping on this side. And I am seeing we have a birthday girl watching. Happy birthday, Joe. Oh my goodness. I hope that you've had an awesome day. And how honored I am that you are spending part of your birthday here with us for the Great Big Card Swap. Oh my gosh. Soft succulent. That's what it is. Thank you, Sharon and Sherry. You guys are right. Soft succulent. I haven't thought about that one in a while. It was an in color with evening evergreen and the polished pink. What else was in there? Pale papaya? Was that? Am I remembering right? Okay, our next card comes from Sherry Dugan, and she used the Lost Lagoon. Oh my gosh, this one, Nature. Oh man. It was right there. It had some gorgeous designer paper. And right at the tip of my tongue. Sherry, if you're watching and you remember. Man, Nature's Harvest. I think it's Nature's Harvest. That sounds right. I love the little designer paper in the background. And every little detail being in that Lost Lagoon, including the cute little bow and the pearls as well. So beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this one, Sherry. We're moving on to some Bermuda Bay, into some Summer Splash. This is so beautiful. This one from Lori Wittucky uses this older stamp set, and I do not remember the name of it. It had this fun badge punch. Do we have some new punches? What do we have? A house punch coming out in the mini catalog, and there's another one. What's the other punch? That's another thing. How many punches do you have? Maybe I should simplify it. Do you have more punches or do you have more ink pads? So this or that, more punches or more ink pads? Let me know in the comments of the chat here. I love the layout here, just layering some of these elements together, and the designer paper as well. Such a great card, Lori. Thank you so much for this one. I like the little thread back there too. Our next card from Missy Hillman is using that, oh, what's the stamp set that goes with Full of Life? Oh, I guess it is Full of Life. With Summer Splash and the Stitch Rectangle Die's Best Friend, Thinking of You. I love that. Clean and simple and so perfect for our monochromatic theme. Our next card, all Summer Splash as well. This one from Sandy Allman up in Canada. I love this layout. I was just looking at a card that had a similar layout, and this one is so beautiful. I love this even more than the one that I was looking at. We've got a vellum piece here that is stamped on, and then the strips of cardstock behind it. The background embossed with the tasteful textile. Love that embossing folder. Some threads of frayed ribbon here are really beautiful and help tie literally the whole card together. So beautiful. On the inside, I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend, Sandy. Absolutely gorgeous. As always. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. This looks like a little Bermuda Bay kind of summer splashy color. Hello, friend. This card from Chris O'Malley, and she said she used the Spellbinders press plate to create the background. That is beautiful. And then used white gel pen to accent different parts of it to add interest. So gorgeous. I love, love, love that little bit of white gel pen to highlight that design. Absolutely gorgeous. Our next card comes from Katie McLean, and she used some Summer Splash as well, and also that Full of Life stamp set. Ooh, I like that stamping on the inside. Some embossed hearts in the background, black on black, and then a beautiful watercolor die cut heart there with the stamping and the glitter paper. Every little detail of this is just fantastic, Katie. Love, love, love that. Another Summer Splash card, this one from Chris Almond. Oh my goodness. This square card uses, I think, retired die. Yes, Petal Patterns. This one was just on the last chance list in the springtime, I think. And we've got a die cut here with a glitter paper to layer over the other die cut, and then all of it on Stampin' Dimensionals to kind of raise it up and give it that dimension. A little message to say, ooh, fill in the blank. I love it. So beautiful. Every little detail, as always. Chris is just wonderful. And thank you so much for including an envelope to mail it in. The square envelope does take extra postage, and I think you included another envelope so I could put them both inside there, so whoever gets the card can use the square envelope. Very thoughtful of you, Chris. Thank you. Some more blues here, different shades. We got some Pretty Peacock and some Blueberry Bushel. This one from Melly Turner. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. This one uses the Fruitful Blessing stamp set and the Glorious Gingham designer paper. I love that. Just stamped kind of repeatedly to create this large background. And then the die cut is from Amazing Thanks and which Citrus Blooms. I'm not sure what's from Citrus. Oh, the big one. The big one is from Citrus Blooms. That's right. Oh, that is really beautiful. I love that shape and stitching. And the inside, have you seen such a beautiful inside? I love the layers of designer paper and the stamped flowers in there too. So beautiful. And a little bit on the back. I think that stamp is just so cute, Melly. Thank you so much for that. Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock is one of my favorite colors. I have many favorite colors. And Pretty Peacock is definitely up there. I'm so glad that it's back in the color collection. Shell Scott used the Pretty Peacock as well with a little pool party in there on this one. Changing Leaves? No, not Changing Leaves. This one is, it's right on the tip of my tongue. This one carried over. You can find it in the online store, and it has coordinating dies. So beautiful. A little bit of that textured paper in the background. Some beautiful embossing folder. Sometimes names come to me like that, and sometimes it just go right up my head. This is another Z-fold card. We saw another one that was like this, where you fold or score in the center and then fold it back to create that Z-fold. And then this has a panel that covers the whole front of the card. Just a fun way to open it up, a little bit different. So beautiful. Oh, look at this one. This is the same embossing folder, just a different color. I love how they both just kind of add a beautiful dimension to the card. This one is from Kelly Macbeth, and oh, Distressed Tile, that's the name of it. Thank you, Kelly. The Full of Life designer paper. So that effect was already on there, just punched with the heartfelt hexagon punch and embossed with white. A little bit of that iridescent ribbon. Such a beautiful card, simple layout, but just stunning. I love using that designer paper as the focal point for the sentiment. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Our next card, we're getting into some purples next. Our next one is from AMT. She said she was inspired by Dawn Griffith. We saw a card like this fun pop-up. I love that. Carmen Melendez sent me one for my birthday, and she included a little die cut piece. Thank you so much, AMT, for including this. The die cut piece that Carmen sent with her card. I think I actually have it. I have it right here. She included a piece as well. This actually was a die cut from a die that Carmen got from Anna, is it Anna Griffin or Anne? I think it's Anna Griffin. So this is originally from a die, which I think then Dawn was inspired by the die to create the pop-up card. But oh my gosh, this is just so pretty in the purples. We've got some fresh freesia with these butterflies, the brick embossing folder, designer paper. I love how they just flutter out, wishing wishes for a beautiful birthday. Oh my gosh, that is just amazing, AMT. Thank you so much for sharing this gorgeous card and for including, I don't know that we have measurements there, but I love that there is a die to create die cutting that little piece. So easy. Super fun, super cool. This one is also really special. I love this card from Rosemary McDougall. It has an designer paper sleeve. I just thought this was so clever. Designer paper sleeve, so it comes off kind of like a belly band with a punched opening, and then it has a card that opens up, and I love the stamping on the inside. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. But I love that the front sentiment kind of peeks through the window, and so like it looks beautiful on its own, but even better with a little bit of that designer paper wrap. That is just so clever. I love that idea, Rosemary. I thought it was so lovely, and I'm gonna have to copy that. I think that's really fun. What a beautiful card. Our next set of cards, I was trying to keep everything in rainbow order, but some people sent multiple card designs, and so I decided to have a whole section of this or that card. So we've got two cards from Carrie Zacharias. One of them was sent in for the summer theme a little bit late, and the other one for our monochromatic theme, using some different flower papers. This one I think from the butterfly paper, this one from a celebration designer paper, but they both have a similar technique, which is so fun. So taking that 4x6 piece of designer paper, tearing down the middle, and then turning one over to layer underneath. Such a clever way to make a quick and easy card, and then adding the punched greeting. I love it. It is genius. And what a great way to use up your paper stash. So this or that, which of these cards do you prefer? And really it comes down to the designer paper, right? So which of these papers speak more to you? Do you like the brighter colors or a little bit more subdued with the Lost Lagoon and Flirty Flamingo, a little bit of So Saffron in there? Or do you prefer the Parakeet Party Calypso Coral vibe over here? Leave a comment, let me know this or that. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of this. I really thought most of you were going to say that. I think they're both so beautiful. And again, it always comes down to who are you going to send it to, right? Like if you have a friend that you know loves the bright colors, of course you're going to send it to that. Oh, Sharon says that. Are you guys ready for another this or that? I've got another one. This one coming from Terry O. First time swapper. Welcome, Terry. We've got two cards here. I'm going to take the papers out. We've got the blue card and the pink card. So we got Pretty Pink, Pretty in Pink and Petal Pink versus Night of Navy and Lost Lagoon. So this or that, are you a pink or a blue person? Do you prefer the pink or the blue? You know what I mean. A dog person, a cat person, a pink person, a blue person. I personally gravitate towards the blues. I love them, but again, it really depends on who you're sending the card to. I think the blue is is more subdued and the pink is kind of bright and happy, and I love them both. So thank you so much for sending an extra one for me. But just a note, she says came from a card kit. It might be that something kindness card kit that just came out. It looks like you guys are pretty split on this one, pink and blue. I'm seeing this and that, maybe more the blue, but I'm seeing some pink in there too. Well done. Thank you so much, Terry, for sharing your card with us. I got another this or that, and then we're going to get into our family groups of stampers. Oh my gosh, how fun are these? This card comes from Mimi Hennelly, and she said she was inspired by Lena Gersa. I hope I said that right. Oh my gosh, how fun are these? This uses the Gone Fishing bundle that has the fun fishing lures, and I just thought this was so clever. So we've got this card front. It's a gatefold card, and then we've clipped and folded down the edges to look like a vest. So purple or green, it really depends on who you're sending the card to, right? Are you sending to a lady fisher or are you sending to a guy? I love the mossy meadow. This one feels more traditional to me, but my girls love to fish. Jim takes all the kids down to the pond to fish, and so I think they would really like the purple one too. So this looks like Petunia Pop versus Mossy Meadow, pink or purple, this or that. Of course, it's going to depend on who you're sending to, right? But I just love them both. I think they're so fun. And I love the little pockets full of all the little details. It's just so clever. Mimi, thank you so much for sending an extra one for me. I know, so much fun. And I think it's just such a great card. So thank you, Mimi, for inspiring us. Thank you, Lena, for inspiring Mimi. And thank you all for participating in our chat and voting this or that. All right, we've got our families of stampers, and I'm so excited that we have a third to go with Sharon and Myra's cards, and now Sharon's sister Sandy Bogdan. Look at this envelope. Whoa. Welcome, Sandy, to our great big card swap. She said she used coffee. Is this right? Coffee dyed envelope for the card base, and the collage from Antique World Almanac, music sheet from a song called To a Wild Rose, which was her inspiration, coffee dyed wax paper brown bag, and some pretty little digitals from a creator on Etsy, and Anna Griffith embossing folder. So Anna, I got that right earlier. Wow. Look at all of these little details. Oh my gosh. This is just incredible. This shabby chic is not the style I usually stamp in, but I can definitely appreciate all the work that went into making this card. It is absolutely stunning. And just as stunning, we have some more front flap cards. This one from Sharon Groves. I love that idea. I think, oh, Sharon, I think you have it here. Let's see. You said you were inspired by Mary Knabb at Stamping Piece with Mary. That's so awesome. This one uses Balmy Blue. It looks like, look at that pretty blue. You always, you are such a stinker. The Bow Wow punch out of vellum, and also a flower punch. So pretty there. Oh, I just love that. And then Myra's card also using some vellum leaves from the Bow Wow punch and the everyday details. Oh my gosh, so pretty with this hummingbird and the detailed stitch dies behind there. I like that front flap. It looks like it is 1, 2, 3 pieces. So we've got the card base and then the little flap piece that is scored, and then the front piece as well. It's kind of sandwiched in there. Oh my gosh, 3 beautiful examples of such a fun fold. Thank you all for swapping with us and sharing with us. And I have to know, were you guys all stamping together? Now, Sandy is in Arizona and Sharon and Myra are in Ohio. So was Sandy visiting, or maybe you guys were stamping together on Zoom? You'll have to let us know and fill us in. It's always so much fun to stamp with family. I love stamping with my family, and I wish I could do it a little bit more often than I do. Thank you guys for sending these beautiful cards. They really are so special, each and every one. We've got another family of stampers to share. And I love that they are inspired and stamped stamping together. So this time they were inspired by a sketch. I tried to put them in rainbow order. It was sketch number 2 in the annual catalog on page 22. So they were all kind of inspired to create sort of the same layout. And I love how different they all are. Even though they all use the same layout, they are all so beautiful, each one on its own. So this one is from Chris Posey. Am I saying that right? Like the flower. Chris, like the flower Posey. Oh, Posey. Chris Posey. Yay! Okay, Chris, thank you for the help. This is the Countryside Rose designer paper, a special paper for demonstrators who achieved a sales challenge in April. But it does look just like our Countryside Inn designer paper. And that one, the Countryside Inn, the blue version, is part of our designer paper sale, which ends in just a couple days. So if you want to recreate this card in blue, you can get the Countryside Inn designer paper. But I love it here in the pinks with some melon mambo, and I love that little painted texture embossing folder in the background. Our next one is from Becca Fisher. She used the Season of Green and Gold designer paper, a gold embossed sentiment, and some vanilla and gold ribbon. Absolutely stunning. I love that on the inside too. Wishing you all the beautiful gifts of Christmas. What a stunning card. And I love that you guys each kind of layered in different ways. Our next one comes from Carol Rossman, the matriarch of the family, using, what color is this? Oh my gosh, I'm kind of stumped. Looks like some Pool Party, soft sea foam, and that's not Bermuda Bay, is it? No. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Okay, help me guess the color. I know you guys know this. So beautiful here with this ribbon that has the gold in it. And I love those sequins too. So gorgeous. Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry you gotta run. Thank you for joining us. Sherry's guessing Emerald Envy. It's not that. Emerald Envy is brighter, but Rosie and Lori, I think you got it. I think it is Just Jade. Yeah, I was thinking Just Jade was brighter, but I'm pretty sure you're right. Just Jade. So gorgeous. It makes me happy to put them in such a rainbow order. Our next card is from Donna Johnson using the sketched butterflies. I love that, stamped on the background and then across the front here. And then we've got stamped on designer paper and embossed. So pretty. All that layering of the images, scallop contour dies, and that gorgeous ribbon we saw earlier. Let's see, did I get it right? Card number 2 from page 22 of the catalog. Meandering Meadows is the designer paper, stamped and embossed here. Meadow Moments embossing folder. And the, oh, Donna, beautiful card. I love that on the inside too. Wishing you a beautiful birthday. Someone's going to love sending that out for a birthday. Now, I have a quick question for you guys. So all of you who will participate in the Great Big Card Swap and you get your card back, do you then send it on? That's always my intention, is that you can send it on, but I'm curious to know, do you? Do you send it on? Do you receive your card and then share it with someone else, a family or friend? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Our last card here is from Diane Gorski, and she used Petunia Pop. I gotta move that so you can see the beautiful flowers from the Everyday Details dies, I think. Changing Leaves, stamp set. Oh, Thoughtful Expressions. I called the Everyday Details before. Thoughtful Expressions, I think, is the name of it. So beautiful. I love that. Those deckled rectangle dies in the frame on the front. Petunia Pop. So many, you guys all, several of you stamped on the designer paper as well. I love that technique in customizing the paper. All right, well, so that's our Curly Girls and Cara, although we didn't have a card from Cara this time. Thank you to all of you for sending in your card. Our families of stampers and everyone else who sent in beautiful monochromatic cards for our theme. I love doing this with you guys. Thank you so much for sharing your talents and your beautiful cards with us. And thank you to all of those who watch and leave them amazing comments and encouraging words. If you would like to participate in the next Great Big Card Swap, you can send your cards to Julie Davison, P.O. Box 6164, Champaign, Illinois 61826. Our theme in September is masculine, and our theme in October is Think Outside the Box. Ooh, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with that one. If you're sending ahead for October, please make sure to mark the envelope so I know to hold it. And everyone who sends a card gets one back. So it really is that simple. If you'd like to find all this information, it is in the video description for you there, as well as a PayPal button for international stampers. You can use that to purchase return postage, since sending $1 in your currency would not do me any good here in the United States. We do have an option for you to participate. Thank you again to everyone watching live and participating in our chat. Thank you to all of our replay warriors for watching and leaving lots of comments. So happy to see that you guys are enjoying these cards as much as I do. Have a fabulous week, and I'm going to see you in just a couple days on Thursday for Thursday Night Stamp Therapy, where I will be unveiling our August project kit featuring the Season of Green and Gold suite from the online exclusives. That's right, we're doing Christmas. It's going to be so much fun. So join me then right here on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed tonight's video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future card making videos. See you next time.